Let me ask you something. Have you ever looked in the mirror, fully dressed and ready to go, and still felt like something was just off? Not because your clothes were wrong, but because they didn't feel like you anymore. Maybe they once did. But now, after 50, you've changed. You've grown. You've earned every bit of wisdom and confidence that comes with this stage of life. So why should your wardrobe still reflect a version of you that no longer exists? You see, I used to think fashion was about keeping up, staying current, following trends, blending in. But over time, I realized the most powerful style comes from knowing exactly who you are and dressing in a way that honors that. And the truth is, there are some things, some clothes, some habits, that quietly hold us back. They age us, they dim our light, and they don't belong in the next beautiful chapter of your story. Today, I want to show you how to recognize those pieces, the ones that are quietly making you look older, less polished, even invisible. And more importantly, I'll show you what to wear instead, so that every time you get dressed, you feel elegant, comfortable, confident, and completely in control of your narrative. Because style after 50 isn't about hiding. It's about showing up with grace, with purpose, and with pride. Let's talk about the 10 fashion mistakes that could be aging you, and how to fix them with intention and confidence. 1. Chasing too many fashion trends. Let's talk about one of the most common mistakes women make after 50. Chasing too many fashion trends. It's easy to fall into, right? You scroll through social media, see younger influencers rocking the latest styles, and suddenly feel like you're supposed to keep up. But here's the truth. Not every trend is made with you in mind. I remember trying on this trendy neon blouse with exaggerated sleeves. It looked amazing on the mannequin, fresh, bold, very now. But on me, it felt like I was borrowing someone else's style. It didn't fit my life, my body, or my personality. And that's when it clicked. Chasing trends can actually pull you away from your most authentic self. The issue isn't the trend itself, it's how it fits you. After 50, your wardrobe should reflect confidence, not confusion. When you wear something just because it's in, but it doesn't align with your energy or your shape, it can make you feel self-conscious rather than empowered. Instead, build your wardrobe on timeless staples, pieces with clean lines, flattering fits, and quality fabrics, things that move with you, not against you. If a trend speaks to you, try it in a subtle way. Maybe it's a pop of color in a scarf, or a modern silhouette in a well-made blazer. The goal isn't to avoid fashion, it's to make it work for you. Because at the end of the day, confidence never goes out of style. And when you stop trying to fit into the moment, you start standing out in the most beautiful, timeless way. 2. Wearing overly distressed or embellished jeans. Let's talk about jeans, because for most of us, they're a daily go-to. But not all denim is created equal. One of the biggest mistakes I see women over 50 make is holding on to overly distressed or heavily embellished jeans. You know the ones: rips from thigh to ankle, rhinestones on the pockets, maybe some loud embroidery thrown in for good measure. Now, these might have felt edgy or playful at one point. But after 50, they often do the opposite of what you want your outfit to say. Instead of looking effortless, they can come across as trying too hard. And worst of all, they draw attention to places most of us would rather downplay, like the knees, thighs, or hips. I'll be honest, I used to have a few pairs of those party jeans too. But every time I put them on, I felt like I was clashing with myself. I wanted to look pulled together and polished, but the denim told a different story. It didn't match where I am in life now, or how I want to show up in the world. So what should you wear instead? Go for clean, dark wash denim with minimal or no distressing. Look for high-rise styles that offer support around the midsection and flatter your natural shape. A straight leg or slight boot cut is incredibly flattering on mature figures, elongates the legs, and never goes out of style. These types of jeans don't just fit better, they feel better. You'll find yourself reaching for them more often because they go with everything, from a simple tee and loafers to a silky blouse and heels. And the best part? They don't scream for attention. They whisper confidence. Your style should evolve as you do. So if your denim drawer still looks like it's stuck in 2008, maybe it's time for a refresh. Because great jeans shouldn't just fit your body, they should fit your life. 3. Wearing shapeless, flimsy cardigans. Let's move on to a piece that almost every woman has in her closet, the cardigan. Now, I love a good cardigan. It's cozy, it's versatile, it feels like comfort wrapped around your shoulders. But here's the mistake. Wearing cardigans that are flimsy, shapeless, and made from cheap, synthetic fabrics. You know the type. Super thin, no structure, maybe clings in all the wrong places. They often slide off your shoulders or bunch around your arms, and instead of pulling your outfit together, they actually make it look more tired. Especially after 50, when structure and fabric quality matter more than ever. I used to wear these lightweight cardigans all the time, thinking they were casual and easy. But in every photo, I looked saggy. Not just my clothes, me. They didn't flatter my figure, and worse, they made everything underneath look sloppy. So what's the better choice? Swap those drapey knits for structured layering pieces. Think. A tailored knit blazer, a cardigan with weight and form, or even a cropped jacket in soft wool or cotton blends. Look for shoulder seams, thicker fabrics, and maybe even a bit of shaping at the waist. These subtle design choices make a huge difference in how pulled together you appear. When you upgrade your cardigan, you instantly elevate your entire outfit. It takes the exact same amount of effort to throw on, but the result is night and day. Instead of looking like an afterthought, it becomes a statement of quiet elegance. So next time you reach for that floppy cardigan, ask yourself, does this support the woman I am today? Or is it just leftover comfort from the past? Because warmth and style don't have to be opposites. When you find the right piece, you get both. And you look amazing doing it. 4. Wearing T-shirts with loud logos or slogans. Let's talk T-shirts. Specifically, those graphic tees with bold logos, glittery slogans, or quirky sayings like, "But first, coffee," splashed across the chest. They're fun, they're casual, they're everywhere. But for women over 50, they can quietly undercut your style without you even realizing it. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you have to give up comfort or personality, but when your T-shirt is doing all the talking, it often drowns out you. These kinds of tees tend to look juvenile, not intentional. They're usually made from thinner fabric, mass-produced, and they rarely flatter the figure. And when paired with leggings or jeans, the look can shift from casual to careless real fast. I remember standing in line at the grocery store, wearing a tee that had some sarcastic saying on it. The woman behind me complimented it, and then said, "My teenage daughter has the same one." That was the moment. I realized I didn't want my clothes to say cute. I wanted them to say confident. So what's a better option? Invest in high-quality basics. Solid cotton tees, silk tanks, or linen tops in timeless, neutral colors. Think ivory, navy, soft charcoal, even a crisp white. If the fabric is rich and the cut is flattering, a simple tee can look incredibly sophisticated. Try this. Take a well-fitted ivory tee, tuck it into high-waisted trousers, add a belt and a pair of gold earrings. Suddenly, it's not just a T-shirt, it's an outfit. It says you know what you're doing, and you don't need sparkles or slogans to prove it. Because at this stage of life, your clothes should reflect who you are, not who a fast fashion brand thinks you should be. So if you want to look effortless and elegant, start with the basics. And let your confidence do the talking. 5. Wearing shoes that are worn out or tired looking. Let's move down to the feet for a minute, because your shoes say more about you than you might think. One of the most overlooked fashion mistakes women make after 50 is holding on to shoes that are clearly past their prime. And the biggest culprit? Worn-out ballet flats. Now don't get me wrong, ballet flats can be a classic, but once they start sagging at the sides, showing scuff marks, or losing their shape, they stop being classic and start being careless. Even if the rest of your outfit is polished, old, tired-looking shoes can bring the entire look down. I had a favorite pair of flats I refused to let go of. They were comfortable, familiar, and I had worn them with everything. But one day, I caught my reflection walking into a restaurant, and all I could see were those sad, crumpled shoes at the bottom of an otherwise beautiful outfit. They made me look tired, and once I saw it, I couldn't unsee it. So what's the upgrade? Look for pointed-toe flats in leather or suede. The pointed shape naturally elongates the leg and gives a more refined silhouette without sacrificing comfort. Want a little extra lift? Try a small block heel or a sleek slingback style. Stick to timeless shades, soft taupe, navy, black, or blush that complement your wardrobe without overwhelming it. And here's something simple but powerful. Take care of your shoes. Clean them. Condition the leather. Store them properly. Rotate pairs so they last longer. Because even the most expensive shoes lose their magic when they're falling apart. Your shoes shouldn't be an afterthought. They're the finishing touch. And when they're clean, well-shaped, and intentional, they say something important. This woman pays attention to detail. She respects herself. That's the kind of message we want to send, starting from the ground up. 6. Wearing leggings as pants. This one might sting a little, but we need to talk about it. Wearing leggings as pants. Now, I get it. Leggings are comfortable, stretchy, and easy. We've all worn them to run errands, lounge around the house, maybe even to brunch with a long top. But here's the truth. On their own, especially the thin, shiny kind, leggings aren't doing your style any favors. Leggings tend to cling to every curve, and not always in the most flattering way. They highlight areas most of us are trying to downplay, like the tummy, hips, and thighs. And the thinner they are, the more they become see-through in sunlight, which can turn an otherwise casual outfit into a fashion misstep very quickly. I'll be honest, I had a phase where leggings were my go-to for everything. But every time I saw a candid photo of myself, I realized I looked unfinished, like I'd rolled out of bed, not like someone who showed up with intention. So what's the fix? You've got options. If you love the feel of leggings, look for structured pants that offer the same comfort, but with more polish. Ponte pants are one of my favorites. They're thicker, hold their shape, and smooth everything out. Ankle-length stretch trousers or pull-on cigarette pants are also great alternatives. You still get flexibility and ease, but you look refined and put together. And if you're going to wear leggings, wear them intentionally. Pair them with a tunic that covers your hips and thighs, or add a long-line vest or structured cardigan. Finish with sleek loafers or ankle boots. The goal is to look like you styled the outfit, not like you're heading to the gym. Remember, elegance doesn't mean uncomfortable. It just means choosing pieces that respect both your comfort and your presence. And when you find that balance, it shows. Every step you take says, "I've still got it." And you absolutely do. 7. Wearing overly revealing or sheer tops. Now let's talk about something a little delicate, revealing tops, because showing skin isn't the issue. The real problem? how and where we choose to show it. After 50, the line between tasteful and too much becomes thinner, and sheer, low-cut, or strappy tops can easily cross it. I say this with love. Being sexy doesn't mean putting everything on display. I used to think that wearing a sheer blouse or a plunging neckline would make me feel youthful or bold. But more often than not, it just made me feel exposed. Not confident, just uncomfortable. And honestly, when you don't feel secure in what you're wearing, it shows. Here's what I've learned. Real confidence comes from subtlety, from grace. You can still feel alluring in pieces that drape, that hint, that flatter without shouting. A soft V-neck blouse, a wrap-style top, or even a touch of lace at the collar can be incredibly feminine, without revealing more than you want to. Fabrics matter too. Avoid cheap, shiny synthetics that cling or shine under light. Instead, reach for silk, chiffon, or modal blends that move with you and feel luxurious on the skin. A sheer sleeve? Beautiful. A semi-sheer overlay on the neckline? Elegant. But showing your bra through mesh? That's a different story. It all comes down to balance. Show one area, maybe a little décolletage or a graceful shoulder, but keep the rest refined. It's not about covering up, it's about showcasing your beauty with intention, because elegance whispers. It never needs to shout. So next time you reach for something sheer or low-cut, just pause and ask, do I feel empowered in this, or just exposed? That one question can change the way you dress, and the way you carry yourself. 8. Wearing loud, synthetic prints. Let's be honest. Prints can be tricky at any age, but one of the fastest ways to cheapen your look after 50 is wearing loud, synthetic prints that overpower you. I'm talking about neon florals, animal prints in electric colors, wild swirls on shiny polyester. You know the ones. They walk into the room before you do. Now, I'm not saying you have to wear all neutrals. In fact, I love a good print. But the wrong print, especially in a fabric that doesn't breathe or drape well, can take the attention off your presence and place it all on the chaos of your clothes. I once wore a bright paisley blouse to a family event. I thought it was fun, until I saw the photos. My face disappeared, my outfit took center stage, and not in a good way. It didn't enhance me, it overwhelmed me. So what's the better choice? Look for subtle, refined prints, microflorals, soft geometric shapes, tone-on-tone patterns that feel elevated and elegant. And just as important, choose fabrics that move well and feel good on your skin. Think cotton, linen, silk, or viscose blends. These natural materials breathe, they drape gracefully, and they last. A soft navy blouse with delicate ivory dots, or a flowy dress in muted greens with a subtle leaf print. Those are pieces that say, I'm confident, I'm present, and I don't need loud clothes to stand out. So next time you're drawn to that loud, glossy print on the clearance rack, ask yourself, is this highlighting who I am or hiding it? Because when the print serves you, and not the other way around, you don't just look stylish, you look unmistakably beautifully you. 9. Wearing shapeless maxi dresses. Now let's talk dresses. Specifically those long, shapeless maxi dresses that hang straight down from your shoulders with no structure at all. You might think they're forgiving, comfortable, even stylish in a boho kind of way. But in reality, they can completely erase your silhouette and unintentionally make you look bigger and older than you really are. I get the appeal. They're easy. You slip one on, and you're out the door. But here's the thing. After 50, comfort should enhance your style, not replace it. And those oversized, tent-like dresses made from clingy jersey or shiny polyester? They're doing the opposite. They hide your curves, swallow your shape, and often give off a house dress vibe, even if that wasn't your intention. I remember wearing one to a brunch thinking, perfect, no Spanx needed. But I caught my reflection and realized I looked exhausted. Like I'd just thrown on whatever was closest, not like someone who put care into her outfit. That's not how I want to show up in the world, and I know that's not how you do either. So what should you wear instead? Try dresses that give you just a touch of shape. A-line cuts, wrap dresses, or belted shirt dresses are ideal. These styles create a gentle waistline and gracefully skim the hips without clinging. Choose breathable, structured fabrics like cotton poplin, linen blends, or viscose that move with you and hold their shape. And if you're petite, go for a hem that hits just below the knee. Taller? Midi or T-length works beautifully. Even if you prefer long dresses, just make sure they're not swallowing your frame. Add a belt or a structured layer to define your outline. Because elegance isn't about hiding your body. It's about celebrating it, your way, with confidence, comfort, and care. When your dress honors your shape, it doesn't just flatter you, it empowers you, letting trends override your personal style. Let's end with what I believe is the most important mistake of all: letting trends override your personal style. Because it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking you have to constantly evolve with what's in. Social media, magazines, even your favorite store's display, they all tell you what's hot right now. But here's the truth. After 50, chasing trends blindly can make you look more confused than current. I've been there. I once bought a trendy cropped jacket with puffed sleeves because every fashion site said it was the item of the season. But every time I wore it, I felt like I was playing dress-up. It didn't fit my lifestyle, it didn't fit my body, and honestly, it didn't fit me. When we wear things that don't align with who we are, we don't just lose our style, we lose our confidence. And that's a price we shouldn't be paying at this stage of life. Because you've earned something far more valuable than trendiness. You've earned authenticity. So here's what I recommend. Build your wardrobe on timeless staples. Pieces that fit your shape, flatter your coloring, and support the life you actually live. That could be a tailored blazer, a beautiful wrap dress, a perfect pair of jeans, or a neutral-toned handbag. Let those be your foundation. Then, when a trend comes along that really speaks to you, add it in a small way. A pop of seasonal color, a fresh silhouette, a new accessory. Because true style isn't about blending in or keeping up. It's about standing strong in your identity. It's about wearing your wisdom, your grace, and your presence like a crown. And no trend, no matter how shiny or new, can compete with that. So if you've been dressing for everyone else, trying to stay relevant, it's time to come back home to your own style, the one that fits you and only you, because that's where elegance lives. So let's take a moment to reflect. Maybe as we went through this list, you recognized a few habits hiding in your own closet. Maybe you saw a pair of worn-out flats, or remembered a top you bought just because everyone else was wearing it. If you did, good. That means you're becoming more aware, and awareness is where real change begins. Because here's the thing. After 50, style isn't about impressing anyone. It's about expressing who you are, clearly, confidently, and with care. It's not about chasing youth. It's about honoring experience. It's not about hiding flaws. It's about highlighting your presence. Every single piece you wear should feel like it belongs to the woman you are today, not who you used to be, and definitely not who the internet says you should be. You deserve clothing that supports you, empowers you, and reflects the strength and softness that come from living a full, real life. If there's one message I want you to walk away with today, it's this. You don't need more clothes. you need the right clothes. The ones that let your confidence speak before you even say a word. So go ahead. Take a look through your closet this week. Ask yourself, does this still serve me? And if it doesn't, bless it, release it, and make space for what truly reflects you. Because elegance after 50 isn't about dressing up. It's about showing up, authentically, unapologetically, and beautifully. If today's video gave you a new perspective, I'd love to hear from you. Which one of these mistakes hit home? What change are you inspired to make? Drop a comment below, and let's turn this into a conversation. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe. I've got a lot more coming, from wardrobe essentials to styling tips that work with your life, not against it. Remember, style fades, but self-respect never goes out of fashion. I'll see you in the next video. Stay confident and stay true to yourself.